Good afternoon, good evening, and good morning from wherever you are, and welcome to, for some reason, my reaction to the Supergirl trailer. Now, off the bat, I wasn't going to do a reaction video to this because, number one, I cannot stand James Gunn's writing or directing in any way, shape, or form. I'm expecting Valley Girl, Supergirl, like Blase or whatever, kind of with a bit of an attitude, and I'm expecting the usual soundtrack from the 80s and 70s, so I won't be able to probably play the sound from this trailer. And the worst writing this side of anywhere. Yes, so as you can tell, I like James Gunn the person, I just don't like his writing or directing style. You know, it's a possible thing. He comes across a lovely guy, but he irks me in every way, shape, or form because his stuff is so fucking outdated. And I'm going to torture myself here for the only reason is that I found out that his version of Supergirl is from the graphic novel or the short run Supergirl, A Woman of Tomorrow, which was a really good run, really good like short story of Supergirl. It was really good. A bit silly in parts with like, oh dear God, are we going to get the horse in this? But yeah, so you got like Comet in it, who you don't want to know the origins of Comet's bloody ridiculous like that. I thought the whole point of a crisis was to kind of, you know, cleanse from the cheesiness of the old time. But the super pets are still around. That fucking dog is going to be in this as well. Oh dear God! But let's see what we have. I mean, the only difference is Lobo's rumored to be in this, so I don't know how accurate to the comic book it's going to be. It doesn't matter either which way. I rather it wasn't a 1-for-1 because James Gunn just lacks any kind of maturity to handle, because it's quite a heavy book. It does have that kind of... It does have the Supergirl that James Gunn wants in it, but when it gets serious, he doesn't lack he doesn't have the maturity to cover such harsh material without ruining the moment. He'll just ruin the moment with stupid jokes or something. And so, yeah, anyway, let's go on. 3 minutes in, we haven't even started. Good Lord. Right, here we go. I'm going to turn the volume down in case there's music. Oh, look. Oh, there's Crypto, a record. Oh, who sung that song? Is that Blondie?
You managed to get most of it on the paper this time. Good job, buddy. Hi, cars are out.
Space bus. That's the space bus.
The ride is clear. The 23 will be the best year yet.
Okay, no, so it's not like the comic book.
Let's be honest, babe, it's not a very high bar to clear. I didn't know any of you.
Oh, it's not James Gunn directing it.
Lose everything in a day.
Well, there's Ruthie.
Her Tom didn't die in a day. The gods are not that kind. Okay, this does not look like this is gonna end well.
There's that stupid quippy crap.
Do others on your planet have powers like you? No, it's a pretty small group of two.
Oh, was that Lobo?
He sees the good in everyone. And I see the truth.
That's the spaceship. Oh, God. Looks nothing like the comic. Okay, so I won't be able to play this. Oh, look. Oh, read where it all began. There you go. Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. So it's plugging the comic book at the end. So it's not really got the kind of all right, okay. I mean, it's a bit unfair to do the comparison because if you look at Woman of Tomorrow, Lopez and Evely's kind of coloring is just the drawing and coloring is phenomenal. You're not gonna. Do you really want to capture that kind of beautiful color palette with such a serious topic in a film? Maybe not. But I mean, it's just. I mean, thank God it's actually not written. I just realised, so it's not actually written at all by James Gunn or Craig Gillespie, though it did have some of those stupid quips that it has in it, and it also had a kind of 80s tune in it. So it's still, like, when you think, see, for me, I look at that and I'm just like, that's just James Gunn. And that's my biggest fear when he took over DC, was that no matter who he puts to write and direct, it still has to follow his way, his aesthetic, his blueprint in terms of delivery, and in terms of, like, you know, how every character is and how the look is and all this kind of stuff. And this looked straight out of James Gunn thing. The fact that it's not done by James Gunn, I was actually surprised by that. But it still feels like a James Gunn. And I don't know if they'll be able to do the comic book justice, but let's separate the comic book, because it's easy to do that. Sometimes you can take great liberties with a property and not need to kind of be a direct one-for-one for the comic book. Sometimes that's fine, sometimes it depends. Like, if I was seeing an X-Men story being taken from the comic books, especially like, God Love, Man Kills and things like that, or Age of Apocalypse, I'd want that, like, one-for-one. You ain't got the fucking balls to do God Loves, Man Kills at all. But in terms of this one, it'll be fine if they don't do it one-for-one. You know, I mean, Supergirl doesn't have a broad audience, so you want to capture people. This will probably flop regardless, just because of the state of everything. It's not against this film. Whether the film is good or not, I hope so. We are going to get to see Jason Momoa as Lobo. And the thing is, if you're going to introduce him into this, and I don't want to say anything that what happens in the comic book, because I want people to discover it for itself. I could sit here and ruin the whole thing for you, but I'm not going to do that. Let's just say that it all takes place out of Earth, and I'll leave it at that. So this is the perfect place to introduce Lobo. He's not in the comic book. But again, when you've got to introduce some kind of characters, you've got to bring it in. And I'm looking forward to Jason Momoa as Lobo. It's the role that he should have had instead of bloody Aquabro. But, we do see Ruthie in this. That's who the story kind of actually centers around. And her reason for... I'm not going to say anything else. But it has Ruthie in it. It has Crypto in it. Will it have Comet in it? Let's wait and see. But I mean, the action looked pretty cool. It did look pretty cool. The aesthetics are vastly different. Like where she's fighting all those people on that pirate ship, spaceship thing. Obviously, in the comic books, it's more kind of akin to a mixture of Star Wars meets Chinese boats kind of thing with the spikes and all this kind of stuff. But here it just looks very kind of bland and square and doesn't really pop out. And which again is fine. You know, you can always go more practicality in films than aesthetics. It's understandable. But anyway, it has the tropes that I'm worried about. I still think it is going to flop, and again, it's not because the film might or might not be bad. It's just that it's Supergirl, not Superman. Superman just barely scraped by and made a profit. And that note, I'll leave it there. Bye-bye.